Hello, I'm Jim Chapman, developer of the Freda ebook reader app, and in this video I'm going to give you a quick introduction to how to use the ribbon menus and navigation controls on the ebook reader page. So firstly, note how I have at the bottom right hand corner of the reading page this little three dots symbol, which is the open the control ribbon tools, and there you are. I've clicked on it and now I have 4 control ribbons that have popped up. There's also this context menu that has popped up on the page for performing actions on the selected text if there was any, which there isn't. Note how I can grab the top left-hand corner of a ribbon and drag it around like this if I want to reposition it so I can see what's underneath it. Looking at the ribbons on the page, the top one contains a back button which takes us back from this page to wherever we came from, so that would normally be the bookshelf list. Button to go back a chapter, forward a chapter, to open the settings screen, and to open the control screen, which is one of the tabs on the settings screen. It customizes control gestures. Then there's this item, which is for defining custom actions on selected text. Check the how-to for a link to another video describing in detail how that one works. We also have the help button, which will open a help link describing more about this page. Then I have, on the second ribbon down, a button to pop up information about this book, some basic description of this book. In this case it just contains the author, but there's other content that may appear in other areas, and a control for going to various places in the book, which can be chapters, sections, page numbers, and so forth. Looking at the ribbons on the bottom of the page, I have a ribbon for applying presets. So presets are named groupings of settings that would be applied together to change the appearance of the application. So, for example, this green preset just changes the ink color so that the text appears on a green background in white text. Sorry, I seem to be struggling to turn one page at a time. There we are. So back to those presets. This list is horizontally scrollable if there's more presets than fit onto the screen. If you're using a touch device, of course, you can scroll that just by dragging your finger across the list. To see the whole list of presets and manage them, you can click on this presets button, and again you get a scrollable list of all the presets. You can save the current application settings into a new preset. You can apply or edit an existing preset. So, for example, if I wanted to if I wanted to manipulate the contents of the Georgia preset, here I've just tapped on that, and options are to apply that, or to edit it, to delete it, to move it up, or to move it down the list. So looking at the list of ribbons on the screen, let me just reopen that set of ribbons. We've also got this bottom control ribbon, which includes a stripe along the bottom, which is one little rectangle for each of the chapters in the book, plus an arrow that shows where I am in the book at the moment. And I've got also a button to show the table of contents that's built into the book, or to pop up a list of all the bookmarks I've created, which at the moment there aren't any in this book. Now, you've seen the behavior that when I open the ribbons, they all pop up on the screen. When I perform a ribbon action or when I click on the book text, the ribbon's all closed. Now that is because the application is set up so that those ribbons are all in what I've called a stacked condition. If I click on the affordance at the top left of a ribbon, you'll see I get to control how that ribbon's positioned. And this one is stacked at the bottom of the page. And stacked just means it appears popped up sitting over the book text. If I wanted to see that ribbon all the time while I'm viewing the text, I could instead switch it to docked at bottom, and then it would appear stuck at the bottom of the page. Now, if I close all my ribbons, like that, ooh, sorry, I've double clicked something, right. Now, the appearance I have now is that docked ribbon is appearing at the bottom of the page, and it's there while I read the book. It doesn't go away as I click the page or as I select text or anything. The control is there all the time. And you can see now, if I drag this little arrow that represents my current position to some other place in the book, I'm moving between sections of the book. I'm now in this chapter somewhere towards the middle of things, but the ribbon has stayed popped up on the screen because I had docked it. I can drag this arrow from side to side to move through the book. Because I've moved through the book, I can now also see this back arrow, which if I click on that, it will take me back to where I was before. Another thing I can do is if I tap on that arrow, I can move to another chapter. So tap on that arrow and move to another chapter, or click there and choose from the list of chapters. There, that's me on the heat ray. Or I can choose a page number. So if I just know that I wanted to be on page 200, I could do it like that. So that was a quick introduction to the way that the ribbons on the application reading page work, and an introduction to what it means to say that the ribbon is stacked or docked, and how to leave, for example, the navigation ribbon docked so that it's visible all the time. I hope that was a useful introduction, and thank you for listening.